Hello everyone, Rikka here. And today we with Tenha. Hello.
Hello, Rikka. Oh, all right. So, thank you for having me here.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
Hello. All right. So, what I'm gonna do here is that I hope that Rikka's channel will grow faster, and I hope that you guys would bond with her a little bit more. So, I'm gonna be here helping her out. Well, I'm gonna help her do a showcase, and I will be assisting and giving some of my opinions on her Eula. But here is her Eula. It's level 90, which is very nice. 2300 attack with a new weapon, Song of Broken Pines, R1. And her crit rate, 56%. I wouldn't say that's high enough, but it's still manageable. It's okay. 160% critical damage. 123% energy charge, which is not so bad, but not so high either. With 104% physical damage bonus because she is using full set of Pale Flame set. So what we're gonna do here is that with C0 Eula, with the standards that I've got by doing a lot of showcases for me, like on my channel, we should be able to give good damage goal as an F2P or a small spender. So we're gonna run through her artifacts. I don't think they're good, but they're not so bad either. The stats that you want for Eula would be energy charge, attack, percentage, probably, and critical damage, critical chance. So here they are. Alright, so there's one thing that I need to let you guys know. So, sacrificial bow Sacrificial bow on Diona should help you, or help me, or help Eula get her energy charge happen faster. And because Diona is using sacrificial bow, she should be able to use her skill twice. There's Bennett with Aquila Favonia, however, his talent level for his Q is not level 13, it's level 9. So I'm expecting a lot less damage than the standard that I have set. And Visual is just there for super conduct, so you should always ignore that. So here we go. This would be like a team that you can play around with. That's the reason why I had to kind of force this team, was because I was using this comp. So here we go. So 2 stacks. Where's my Bennett Q? I would have to do this again.
Yeah.
What happened to your Bennett's energy charge? Okay.
Because we switched off the Skyward Sword. That's all.
Okay. Let's do this again. So 277k crit was my damage. Shall I try this again? Because, you know, I didn't get a lot of the energy in the beginning, so I kind of messed up. Let's do it one more time just to make sure that that was a consistent damage. Okay, so we are back with more realistic team in order for F2Ps or small spenders to push for a little bit more damage. Here we go. What? What is this?
Bennett burst.
Oh my god.
Bennett burst ran out.
I didn't. I couldn't hit. He was running away. Okay, so really, it's like getting the stack is really important. If you don't have her at C6, I see.
Yeah.
So I kind of suspected even if you do have R5 Song of Broken Pines, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of damage from that.
Yeah, I feel like Eula is one of the characters that a lot of her potential locked behind Constellation, rather than just a weapon.
Let me do this one more time. Okay, here we go. 290k. 290k.
Yeah.
So about the same amount of damage that I've seen. And of course, if you start using food, I'll be doing more damage. But I was happy to see a bigger number than on R1 Song of Broken Pines. Although I was super tryhard mode just now. Oh, how much is this? Oh my god. So now this is R2. Okay, here we go. $302k. Okay, that looks good. That was about 10% damage increase. $309k. It seems like that is the max for R3. Okay, let's move on to R4. Rikka, are you still there? You sound dead.
Yeah,
You're tired, huh?
a little.
Okay. We'll finish this real quick. So now we have 21% attack speed. Hopefully that's gonna make a lot of difference. Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, hoping to see like at least 5% this time.
Yeah, so that like I'm hoping that I would be able to do one more stacks. Alright, now that we've got the damage for R4, so we are going to make this R4 to R5, and I can't believe the amount of bonus we get from this one weapon. It probably costs like $200, right?
Yeah, $20 per length. So it's take around what 1k to get double. I don't know, is that worth it or not though?
Okay, let's refine it. And then we're gonna go ahead and see if this R5 Song of Broken Pines is going to get us a big number for C0 Eula. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's going to crit now. We missed the crit 2 times.
Yep. Third time to shine.
Okay, 339k. So, Rikka,
Hello.
what did you think about the damage difference between the R1 and an R5 Song of Broken Pines?
Why do R5 help a lot in like getting stacks and stuff in compared to R1? But still, I don't think it's worth enough to go for R5.
Okay.
You know, compared to just use R1.
Especially when it is too RNG for us to get the weapon that we want, right?
Yeah, and you know, if you go for like weapon refinement, you have no idea what you're gonna get at the PD, right? So it's really random on how much you have to spend in order to get it. But if you go to like character Constellation, is calculatable, right?
So we know how much we can. We can kind of calculate how much we have to use to get Eula for C6.
Yeah.
Like as the worst case scenario, we're gonna have to spend this much. But for weapon, we just don't know. So even for those people who has money, I think it'll be much better for people to go for constellations. But before, we would like to talk about the constellations. So, Eula C1. whatever it says. It says use of physical damage is increased by 30 seconds for 6 seconds. So this is always a good thing. C2, although it was kind of cool to know, if you do the combo properly with your Eula Q, like for example, you use E first, you use Q, and then your E gets reset, so you press E, and then at the end, right before the ult goes off, you use hold E. So there's absolutely nothing much. Not really absolutely nothing, but I don't think Eula benefits a lot from C2, except when you're trying to get your particles, right?
Yeah, and like I think C2 is more focused on like maybe overall gameplay, when you don't have to like one shot and use Q combo stuff.
So that when you have 2 stacks, you can actually do a mini burst. So there's that. And C3, C5, absolutely nice. They give you extra levels. They are worth a lot, of course, as we know. And then C4. This is kind of something that you should keep in mind, that when the opponent has less than 50% HP, your Q damage does 25% more. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, but from what I see with Constellation 4 though, right? When the boss that you can't hit to lower than 50%, they usually don't get one shot. And then the boss that you can get it lower than 50%, they usually die before the burst went off.
That is true. So it's kind of useless, but I guess you can use it in Sparrow Beasts because they're usually really tanky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's just a bonus. And then we shall move on to C6, which makes her absolutely broken. And you can play with Eula with no brain, because usually it takes a lot of, reactions in order for your pyro or hydro or cryo, like melt and vaporize characters, to do big damage, right? But with C6 Eula, she's going to be doing a lot of damage and more consistent, because there's a 50% chance for you to get additional stack for all those damage you do.
It's 50% chance to increase, so it's RNG.
It's RNG, but it is very safe for you to assume that you can get all those stacks, unless you screw up.
Yeah.
So we want to make this showcase to be very short and sweet. So instead of showing you all those damage difference, we are just gonna go ahead and activate those, and we're gonna go ahead and do a damage showcase against the Primal Geo Bishop that we were attacking, and then we will share you some ideas and thoughts into the Genshin Impact right now. This one. Rikka, would you like to do the honors, or do I want to do it?
You can do it.
I can do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll show you your Eula. Did I not forget to... Okay. I missed a lot of hits here, but my sword is already big, and that is 747k damage. So this kind of damage will be consistent, but although I missed like a lot of hits in the beginning, I was able to get the full stacks, or something very near, I would say something very close to the full stack. To be
Constellation, it's easy. It's really easy for her to get more stacks, even if you miss the hits.
So I can't really support the idea of people saying that Song of Broken Pines is like the exclusive weapon for Eula. One of the best thing about Eula is that she is great with any other weapons. So for example, if I were to use her with Wolf's Gravestone, of course I'll be doing less damage. But if you think about it, like 80%, like, okay, we're definitely comparing R5s, but when we get the effect for Wolf's Gravestone, the amount of damage she's gonna do probably is gonna be more than Song of Broken Pines, because this thing only gives you 20% physical damage, and She already has a high physical damage bonus already from the Pale Flame set, her Constellations. So yeah, I think we are going to show you the damage with Eula C6, with the Wolf's Gravestone R5. Repeat the same process and then compare the damage, and we talk about the conclusion of this video.
Talk about weapon choice for Eula, right? I actually prefer using Scarlet Pride over Broken Pine.
No, why is that?
I don't know, like the proc of physical bonus one, definitely the price good with, most physical DPS. And it's also give her more energy recharge. We can say Eula is kinda lacking of energy. And that way we can even like remove the owner sometimes because we don't need, as much battery.
So you want to remove some batteries and then put in some better characters, you would say, I guess?
Yeah, so I switch the owner with Klee, right? So that way we get more energy recharge from Scarlet High. And then Klee C6 also gives some energy. And then we can use Klee C2 for proc chat defense and pyro resonance.
Okay, now this time with the R5 Gravestone. Oh yeah, I don't need to do this. $632k damage. Some of you might say something like, oh, that's a lot of difference. But in my eyes, there's not much of a difference. Of course, overall numbers, if you want bigger numbers, you want to go for Song of Broken Pines. But you have to keep that in mind that Wolf's Gravestone proc did not happen.
Yeah, and as you can see, like, we still one-shot the Primal Jewel Shop. So, like, the extra damage that got included with the Broken Pine, it just over-damage at that point.
So
that is worth really go R5 Broken Pie when you can pretty much kill like 99% of content one-shotted with Gravestone anyway.
Yeah. And one of the things I really didn't want to talk about was how good she is at C0. I would say she was rather balanced and not so fancy character. But then after you get her to C6, like her damage almost nearly doubles.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I got a lot of people that like come into chat and stuff and say, "Oh, Eula is a well character and her potential is locked behind constellations," which is partially true. But even without constellation, at C0, she's still balanced enough to be, used. So like, I don't think it's like really necessary for you to go for constellation. Sure, constellation do help a lot. Compared to Eula C0, but she can work with C0 if you don't have enough money to go for constellation. You can just go for C0. It's all good.
Yes, and she is a very good looking character, and I like her, and I like her playstyle as well.
Realistically, Eula has been out for what, 3 weeks ish, right? And I barely use her burst ever. I think I used her burst like 5 times total in the past 3 weeks.
Is it because you have Eula but you haven't unlocked your constellation? Because I didn't use her a lot of burst either, right? But then ever since I got her to C6 after the experiment, she's actually really fun to play. Because it is rewarding. It is absolutely rewarding for us to have her outside, use Q, do stacks, and then do big burst damage. That is absolutely crazy. The amount of damage she does is just so much. But at C0, it's a little different.
I mean, on my other account, I have her C6 for since first day. I still don't use her burst that much because number one is like time bomb, right? But I like one overall, like over time damage rather than one shot. And number two, I like to finish the fight fast, like. But like fast with like without one shotting. Like let's see, I use Kershin physical charge attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
I use Kutao charge attack build.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mainly go for overtime damage, not one-shotted. And the amount of time that I have to wait for her Q to like charge up with the stacks,
Mm-hmm.
I just like other character more, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, most of the time I just use her normal attack, E, Ho E. That's it.
I think I need to show you something. And the way I do it. Okay. Okay. Rikka, I'm going to blow your mind. So that's sometimes how I use my Eula. Because I don't need to wait
that.
like I don't need to wait like 7 seconds. But the amount of damage she does is like it's really so much. So like if you ever use like C6 Eula and then try to use C0, like you will not be able to stand it. Right now I'm doing it. I was lucky enough to pull for her on my FTP account. I'm just going crazy because of how inefficient it is for us to have Eula out in the field. Of course, people would say
Yeah, that's
something.
me too.
Yeah.
Like I used to like, Eula on my main account, and then when I play Eula C0 on stream, because this is my stream account, I go crazy like, no, let me just switch it off, use someone else.
Yeah, like
And the thing is that I do that, like I do what you just show, like you just use Q and switch off. But the thing is, that amount of damage is one charge attack or cursing.
Yes. So like if somebody asks me if Eula is worth it, right? It is very sad for me to say she's not. I mean, to be honest, any character in Genshin Impact is not really worth your money because those are like really expensive, right? And then if this was a PvP game, I would say it's absolutely worth it. But there is no competition, so you're spending money for your own good and for your pleasure, right? If that's the case, I don't think Eula is going to help you feel happy about her performance. However, I absolutely like her playstyle and the way she's built. It's absolutely great. Like, you know how you can actually reduce people's you know how you can actually reduce enemies physical res by using your 2 stacks of your E and then use hold E. That, and then the mini burst, it also helps you do additional damage. That just makes it so much greater than, in my opinion, Eula is so much greater than Razor.
She definitely better than Razor. I mean, Razor is made to be half electro, half physical, 4-star, and then Eula is like 100% physical, 4 guts, 5-star. She definitely better than Razor, and sadly to say, she also much better than physical Cushing because this better Cushing still make to do electro DPS, not physical.
We just have to wait until Electro gets buffed so that we can actually we can finally build Kaching as Electro character.
Yeah. Alright, so for what I want to show in this video is that why Alpha Weapon is an upgrade, but it's not really worth to go for an Alpha Weapon. If you were to have 1,500 USD, it's better to just go for Constellation. One is calculable and 100% getting. 2 is also more value than getting weapon refinement. And lastly, it's not guaranteed to get R5 weapon. Like you can spend 10,000, 10 grand, 20 grand, and maybe you might not even get the weapon that you need. So I just think that it's better to go for Constellation.
I totally agree with what Rikka said because she actually did end up spending too much money on a weapon, and as you know, Tectone got a lot of Wolf's Gravestone for Staff of Homa as well. So yeah, like if I could turn back, I mean, if I could go back in time, I would definitely go for constellations, especially when I'm not a if I'm not a contributor, right? If I wasn't a where's my Eula? Where's Eula? Oh my god. I hate talking and fighting at the same time. But anyways, so
You see you don't have revive food.
anyways, so I do agree that if you're not a content creator, you should be going for constellation instead of weapon. And as you guys have seen, the weapon, like banners overall in Genshin Impact, is just being really shady. For example, when they do a rerun banner, they put in those new 4-star heroes so that all those whales has to pull for it if they want that new 4-star. But it ended up screwing up. It ended up screwing all those content creators instead. So I don't know. I don't know what they're exactly doing, to be honest.
I think we were the same. Like we have, like in order to get Yanfei and Rosaria, we probably have a C8, C9, Child and Zhongli.
Oh no, I don't want to think about it. But it was total. It was a total waste, and I didn't like it at all. And
I mean, if you were to know, like, well, but then again, we're content creators, so we probably full for C6 first day anyway. But like, if we just, like willing and not making videos, and it was just like, oh, if they're gonna do that, let's just pull for like maybe C3, and then next one we pull for another 3, so that we get more, 4 stars.
And weapon banners are even worse. They put in some new weapon with the existing weapons, so it's always bad. Rikka is a very fun person to hang out with. She's very cool. So you should leave a like and subscribe to my you should leave a like and subscribe to her channel and leave some nice comment to make her feel good. She really likes it. She takes time and effort, and she actually reads every single comments that you guys leave on our channel. So you should say something fun. Okay?
Cough, cough, come to Twitch, cough, cough.
Oh yeah, and she streams. She streams on Twitch, and she goes by Nakaru_Rikka, and her editor is going to put the link, and she's also gonna put that link down below in the video description. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped, and hopefully it was entertaining. So to a certain point, I hope it was entertaining to a point. And I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Hey, Rikka, you have to say bye.
Johnny.
Johnny. Bye bye.